Welcome back to another episode of the Harrogate RTG, the Harrogate Town RTG, I should be saying here on FC25, where today we jump into the January transfer window, where this could be our busiest January transfer window of all time so far on this save. We currently sit 13th in the league after 19 games. We are sitting, what, 5? Was that? No, it's 7 points off the top 4 at the moment here. So there is that a lot of work to be done. If I put my Excel spreadsheet here, we have 147 million in the transfer budget. I did go ahead and put 25 million of that into the transfer budget reallocation for the wage budget, so we can go up to 481,000. Chances are we don't need 481,000. We probably only need maybe even half of that, but just for safety, we'll go ahead and do 17.5 million. That bumps up transfer up to 155,000. What I do want to focus on today is primarily a right back. We want a new starting right back. If I go to the squad here, we want a new starting right back to replace Hansen. We want a new creative midfielder as a cam, because De Grief just isn't cutting it for us, to be completely honest. We want a new backup striker, a backup right winger to replace Alex Hope, possibly a backup or maybe even a better center back as well, and also a backup right winger, as we are looking to replace Alex Hope in the lineup as well. We do have a couple of players of transfer listed. I went ahead and transfer listed in the likes of Ferdinand as a cam. If we go ahead and bring in a cam here, De Grief will more likely be our backup cam for now, for the future. So Ferdinand can finally go. Astralaga, we don't need 3 goalkeepers. Pedersen, I want gone. I want a better backup striker that actually do decently. Barton, we also have transfer listed as well. We don't need a third, even though he came useful at some points. We don't need a third at the moment. Adaramola, we have transfer listed, even though we declined to offer at the beginning of the season. He is transfer listed, and the same goes for Alex Hope. He is transfer listed as well. This is not a permanent one. This is just a floating of the idea, but what I do want to bring in permanently is a right back at the start before we get into any gameplay. And after doing some research, there's only one man that I want to bring in. We looked at all the right backs across the top 5 leagues and even some of the lower levels as well. Giovanni Reed, 85 overall. Remember, that is our max overall that we could bring in coming into the January transfer with both George and our goalkeeper Seaman on that level. So 85 is the max overall, so we are going to look to bring him in. We could player swap with Hansen, but Hansen could deal to be a good backup. We don't really have a backup right back, so Hansen could be a backup right back. Their market value is 45. We will offer that 45.5 million. See what they say. They'll probably want a little bit more, in all honesty. This is also weakening an opponent in our quest for top 4 for the season, and they actually say straight up yes to that. 45.5 million for Reed, and he'll come into the squad. And Reed comes into the squad. Welcome into Harrogate Town. He actually becomes the first player to officially be on 100,000 a week. Sonny Cox is on 90. Theo Hernandez is technically on over 100,000, but we're only paying 45% of his wages, so we are paying under 100,000 for him a week, covering his wages on loan from Arsenal. So Reed comes into the squad. Welcome into Harrogate Town. Signing number 1 of a possible many here so far. I said before we play the first game, we're actually going to go ahead and simulate this game here against Brighton, because this actually is a very important episode. We have Carabao Cup semi-final action coming up after this game. We are taking on Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final. We're also taking on Bristol City, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the FA Cup. So that is going to be there as well. This is actually a good game against Brighton. Hopefully we can get all 3 points. And Sonny Cox leading the goal here, 1-0 in the 11th minute. And a 1-0 win against Brighton. Good works for Harrogate Town. Good works for Sonny Cox. And here we go, the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-finals against Chelsea. See what we can do. It's a home leg up first. Calafiori starting in the midfield. Is that what I'm seeing right? I think that is what I'm seeing right. Interesting decision from the Chelsea boss. Golding out wide for Durdorf. Durdorf in for Sonny. And Sonny Cox now on the ball. Sonny Cox into Durdorf. First time finish, save, rebound by Sonny. He's offside. And in fact, it's not going to be offside. It's just going to be off target. Oh, and Durdov. Mistime pass. Or mistime read there. Durdov. Sonny. 1-0 for Harrogate Town. We take the lead here against Chelsea. I was muted during this bit, so we are going to just do a match points cup here, so I can apologize for that. We are 1-0 up, obviously. Well, at least y'all seen that goal. But here comes Jonathan David quickly after we score the first. He gets past a slide tackle. The keeper got a touch to it, but it is not enough for it to not go in the back of the net. And Chelsea draw level there easily to make it 1-1 in this Carabao Cup semifinal. Cole Palmer trying to make it 2-0, and Cole Palmer's shot is just dragged wide. Now, I was muted during this. I don't know why the game sound is muted during it, so there's no game sound either. So that is interesting as well. I know I didn't mute game sound, just muted my audio. Sonny Cox now, Sonny Cox, I should say, Durdov down the right-hand side. Can he create something, try and take the lead? Back for Harrogate Town. Durdov crossed in, back post for George O.B. Falling right for Sonny Cox, who volleys it straight into the keeper's hands. A chance there for Harrogate Town to take the lead. It was wiped away, though, by the keeper. But we will get their ball back into Grief, into Redding, or into Golding. Golding into Red, and Reed into Durdov on his debut. Technically not his debut, actually. It's his debut for us. George into DeGrief. DeGrief now gets past a slide tackle, finding Durdov. Durdov trying to get a shot off. Should be a PK. It's not a PK, though. DeGrief now. DeGrief into Golding. Golding into Durdov. Durdov take a touch away from the defender, and Durdov is able to get a shot off, and Durdov takes the lead for Harrogate Town. English there is not my first language, apparently, but it's 2-1 with 42 minutes gone down the drain here. Harrogate Town take the lead back. Calafiore I still can't get over the fact that they played him in the midfield instead of left back or even right back or center back. They played him at midfield option. That's what they did. Cole Palmer now trying to draw level, and Cole Palmer hits the post. He had the keeper beat every single day. What is Reed doing? I don't know, but Harrogate Town are going to go halftime break here, up 2-1 against Chelsea. And Sonny Cox will be able to put it in the back of the net straight off a kickoff for the boys here. And Harrogate Town will make it 3-1 right off the rip of the second half here. The boys are starting to fly. Golding. Durdov will make it 4-1 for Harrogate Town. A 3-goal advantage. And remember, this is just the first of a two-legged affair in the Carabao Cup semifinal. This is the farthest we have made it. We've only made it. The farthest we made it is a quarterfinal. This is the farthest we made it here is in the semis in the Carabao Cup. And Durdov finds the back of the net. And Chelsea are trembling. Chelsea are in trouble. 4-1 up here against Chelsea. And I was muted during the whole entire bit. I don't know how long I was muted, but a 4-1 win is massive for us here against Chelsea. Was I muted for that whole game? Mr. Pedersen has been sold. The question is to what club? There was multiple clubs coming for him. Last was PSG, so I don't think it'll be PSG here. There's a chance it's PSG. Okay, so we won't even find out yet because, well, the game is not coded well. I mean, we'll see here in a second when I go look up transfer history and stuff like that. It is going to go off to Mines for $7.5 million, or $8.5 million, I should say. So off to Mines for $8.5 million. We say goodbye to him. And we go ahead and bring in another striker to obviously have replaced Peterson. Mr. Adrian Arnoux coming in from Fulham for $15 million. He comes into the squad to be a backup striker for Sonny Cox. Welcome in. And there's confirmation of Simon Peterson going off now as well to Mines for $8.5 million. And then obviously we have Mr. Adrian Arnoux coming in for $15 million. We sell Daxter Bart into Southampton for $11.3 million. FA Cup versus Bristol City here, and it's a heavily rotated team. Gonzalez and Hope on the wings. Arnoux gets his first start in his first game at the club here. Ferdinand, Irapender, and Gore in the midfield. Baimula, Hansen, and Hernandez are changes on the back four, and Andreev in net instead of Simon. So let's go in here. We'll jump in if need be. It is the FA Cup. We should be able to handle business here against Bristol City. And Alex Hope makes it 1-0. Ricky makes it 1-1. Ferdinand retakes the lead right before the break, 2-1. And Arnu scores on his debut to make it 3-1. And we move on to the next round of the FA Cup with a 3-1 win against Bristol City. Ferdinand has been sold for $4 million off to SC Braga. And here we go. The biggest decision we've probably made all summer long, all season long, is bringing in a new camp. And we find Constantinos Kadastes. We want to bring him in. We are going to look to bring him in. He's obviously going to be first choice. We are going to offer them $65 million. See what they say to that. They say yes to that. They accept the first offer of $65 million. And Kadastes is going to come in from Roma to help out our squad. And here he comes, Kadashes coming into the front doors. Welcome into Harrogate Town. $80,000 a week for a 4-year contract. Welcome in. And Ashralaga is sold to Coventry City for $1.9 million. Say goodbye to him. We obviously didn't need him anymore. We get just less than $2 million. It's nothing really, but we'll take it, I guess. Quick sim here against Bournemouth, a 2-1 win. Cox and Durdov on the score sheet. Game here against Liverpool, a 2-1 win. Kadashes scores his first 2 goals for the club, and we beat second place Liverpool 2-1. And Adaramola has been sold. It won't pop up yet, but Adaramola has been sold. Hopefully it'll pop up now. There it is. To Ipswich for $5.9 million. We say goodbye to him. And here we go. We have Champions League action against Barcelona, where we are fighting for top 8 in the league. Remember, top 8 we go through against, and we get to skip out on the playoff action. We are currently sitting in 8th. We are taking on Barcelona, who is fighting for playoffs, in all honesty. They are sitting in 21st at the moment. There's a chance they don't even qualify into the next round, and we could put a major dent into that. It is Harrogate Town versus Barcelona. My first look at playing with Kadashes. And possibly Arnu as well. Let's get into it. And here we go. The game here against Barcelona could put us through and comfortable into a top 8, or it could help Barcelona push back up into the playoff ranks. It's very unlikely they get into the playoff. In fact, I don't think they can get into the top 8 being that far down low. I think the point discrepancy is there. Golding with a beautiful switch out wide for George. And George now down to Sonny. And Sonny saved. The rebound by Golding. Can't get there first. Gabriel clears it for Barcelona. George. Durdov. Dervidov, who's been on great form. His shot is muffled into the hands of the keeper. For a hole out wide for George, and George could be in behind here. And George now using his pace to get past Gabriel. Near post, saved by Schuster, and out for a throw-in. Paeta. Costellas, 1-0 for Barcelona. They take the lead. Costellas, 2-0. Barcelona double their lead here. Durdov, Sonny Cox, 2-1. We're back in it. George now could help equalize. Sonny Cox 2-2. Sonny Cox with the brace. Harrogate Town going to have time 2-2. Barcelona crumble. Lamine Yamal on the ball now. Lamine Yamal into Costellas. And Costellas now blocked by Simic. He'll fall back for Costellas. It'll be pushed out for a corner by Harry Amos, who will come off for Theo Hernandez. And the corner comes in. The keeper should come collect, and he will. And he can get that out wide. Who is that? Durdov it is. He has Durdov, but Durdov also has George. He looked for it. It was going to find him as well. Now Costellas on the counterattack. Saved easily. Oh, it's going to fall loose for Francisco Conchayo. And it's 3-2 for Barcelona. They retake the lead back. And De Grief will come back on the field as a cam. I liked what I seen out of Keresha, though. And we give the ball straight to Lamine Yamal off kickoff, so that's interesting. And Lamine Yamal now is in behind. And Lamine Yamal gets chopped down by Theo Hernandez. It's a penalty for Barcelona. That could be a red card for Theo Hernandez. It's only a yellow. But a chance for Barcelona, I would say, to put this game out of bed, but they were up 2 before as well. And it will be a 2-goal advantage as well. It's 4-2. Lamine Yamal, Costa lost. If they get a third advantage here, they will get a 3-goal advantage here. Barcelona turned this game into a little bit of a riot. Now be game over. That gives Barcelona hope, but that puts us in trouble going into that 8th and final league phase game. And Alex Hope will be leaving the club as well. That will allow us to sign a right winger. And just for confirmation, he's going to Chelsea, by the way, for $26.4 million. Our transfer budget is now up to $73 million. We have about roughly $300,000. If I take off my transfer allocation, I technically have $90 million, but we really need probably close to $500. Yes, we have about $85 million realistically in our transfer budget, with about $100,000 in the wage budget. So that's not what we're going to sign is a 90 overall player, but we will bring in a backup right winger. Instead of bringing a certainty guaranteed backup, we're going to bring in somebody who's going to compete for the starting spot for Dardov. I seen him. He's been on my transfer list. He's about the only one that is 84 overall that is high enough. Everybody else is like 79, 82 max, I believe, maybe 83. I want Irakunda. I just want him. He's into the squad, 26 years old, 84 overall. He has a decent future, decent stat. He's very well-rounded. He's not too quick to where it's game-breaking. They think we need to offer around $52 million, so we will offer $52 million. And I guess theoretically he could cost over in the course of $90K in the wages, but he won't. He'll probably be close to 50 or 60. Irakunda is going to come to the squad, and he's going to compete for first-team football. And Aaron Kunda comes into the squad here. Welcome it. And now he actually is on $90,000 a week as well. So there is that. But coming in from Montpellier for for $52 million. I think that's our squad done and wrapped up. We're up to 5th in the Premier League. We are going to quick sim this game here against Tottenham. I expect to... Oh, we actually win. I just fully expected a loss. Sonny Cox scoring the 16th minute. A 1-0 win. That loss against Barcelona pushed us down to 12th. That's how detrimental that loss was to Barcelona. We are really only 2 points off of the top 8. So we need Borussia Dortmund, Napoli, Marseille, Juventus, maybe even Chelsea to lose. Let's see who they play. Borussia Dortmund are playing PSV. PSV not in the top 8, so easier game for them because we're playing 4th place RB Leipzig. What we should really just focus on ourselves and what we got to do. That's all we should realistically do here at the moment. So that's all we will do is focus on ourselves here and hope that the other teams draw or lose. We need Juventus and Borussia Dortmund to lose. We can't allow them to draw. We need Napoli and Marseille to lose. Possibly Chelsea, Milan. Theoretically, Real Betis, they can all lose as well, and a win could see us go up in the top 8. But a win is what we need no matter what. So let's go and jump into the game here. Durdov is up to 85 as well, so that is interesting to see there. It's Harrogate Town versus RB Leipzig at home, and somebody cannot play. It's Theo Hernandez, so Andre onto the bench. My bench in reserves is incredibly thin now, though. And here we go. Massive game here against RB Leipzig in the Champions League. My two worlds colliding at the moment. Oh, I'll see, because on my second channel, I'm doing an RB Leipzig save, so that's interesting there. And how many crew members do we need on the sideline, my guys? How many photography members do we need on the side? It's insane. And how is Rie just keeping possession of the ball like that with ease? Kadashis, cross is blocked. Simon, his clearance is blocked. It'll fall for Divine. Remember, they are top 4. They are top 4, and Arda Güler is proving why. It's 1-0 for Leipzig. We need a win. Froholt finds Cuddy, and now the counterattack could be looming here. Sonny Cox is in behind, and Sonny Cox now to draw level 1-1. And Harrogate Town are level here. Dirt off. Into George, and George to take the lead. Harrogate Town are in front, 2-1 here, trying to sneak back our way into the top 8. Cleared out to Furholt, into Golding, Golding into Durdov, and Durdov saved. Sonny Cox can't get to the rebound. Harrogate Town 2, Leipzig 1. George into Carey Sauce. And Carey Sauce now on the ball. And Carey Sauce on the ball. And to make it 3. It is 3. And that's the first goal I've scored with him since bringing him into the squad. Welcome to Harrogate Town. 3-1. Goal difference could be big here as well, theoretically. So that 5-2 loss against Barcelona is obviously just a loss, but the goal difference in that as well. We should look to recover that 3-goal losses. We really should. Simon with the great save. Corner comes in. He's a free header. It's a free header. Why are we not defending that? It's 3-2. Leipzig get one back. Molina, Sudakov in behind to make it 3-3. It is not 3-3. It should be 3-3. Shot was dragged horrifically. No, it wasn't even dragged wide. Okay, so it was saved. It was deflected out. It is a corner. Reed to head it down. And Karish now on the attack. He has, is that Durdov? It is. We can't find him. Carey Sauce into Sonny Cox. A two-goal for the cushion is fine. Harrogate Town 4. We at least kind of seal the deal with the win. We at least seal the win in a 2-goal advantage possibly for a goal difference. Durdov. Simic. No. Baimula straight to the keeper. That's game over. Harrogate Town 4. RB Leipzig 2. I'm actually scared. Oh my God, we're in the top 4 of the league. We're in the top 4 of the league. We're 5 points off the top spot. We have silently been climbing. I mean, it stinks to wins against Liverpool and Tottenham in the league that were up there. Those 2 games after the last game against Liverpool when we got absolutely demolished, that quick sim was a miracle. But more importantly, Champions League. Oh, we don't finish in the top 8. We don't. We miss out by a point. Real Betis and Napoli get the job done. Leipzig, Dortmund, AC Milan. So top 8, I should say, is PSG, Arsenal, Lyon, Juventus, AC Milan, Borussia Dortmund, Leipzig, and Real Betis. We are in the playoffs, so we will have to play an extra round for Champions League glory. Barcelona getting to the top 18 or top 24. Stade de Reims is the first team out. Big teams out are Real Sociedad, Feyenoord, PSV, Valencia. And the worst team in the lot is Brøndby. Even though they have 3 points, their 3 points is a win. Galatasaray is winless alongside Sporting CP as well. They go winless. They just draw 4 games and lose 4. They split it down the middle on the wrong side of things here. That is going to be the end of this episode. There's a lot to go. We do have a game here against Manchester United. Do we have the champion? We do get Champions League. And our playoff round is against Barcelona, who beat us 5-2 just in that league phase. So we at least get qualification for the playoff. I believe we get money on that, especially I'm checking that in a second. Chelsea in the cup. Obviously, second leg there. We'll be able to sim through that one. Aston Villa in the FA Cup as well. Yeah. I'll see y'all tomorrow for a new episode. Leave a like, subscribe, peace out.